Welcome everybody. Let me create a new file. Um, Today we finished up with. Sorry, excuse me. We finished up with our string. So I think I gave you an assignment on string. So today we'll be having our lesson 9, and we're gonna be starting with integers. Integers, of course, integers. So you will agree with me that the essence of integers in Python is for us to be, apart from, it's not just for us to be having arithmetic operators, which are, of course, which forms the fundamental part of our um, uh, yeah, part of our uh, usage of integers. You understand? So it goes just beyond having arithmetic operators. You understand? But they are necessary to assist our fundamental knowledge in understanding how to make use of these things. So there are different operations uh, while dealing with integers. Like I told you, first of all, let me remind us what integers are. Integers are numbers without what? Float, without decimal point. It could be positive or it could be what? Negative. For example, you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 1 trillion. Those are integers. Or you can as well have a negative integers, say -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, and what have you. You understand? It depends. Negative and what? Positive integers. That's what we have. But what would make it not be an integer is when it start having a decimal point, say 1 point something, 0 point something. That's not an integer. That is a float. It's called floating point number. So operations that we're gonna be performing, using Python, integers, we can perform operations like, say, in Python, we can perform addition, addition, we can perform addition, we can perform subtraction, subtraction. In Python, we can perform multiplication. And how do we denote that? Uh, when we have something like x plus y, you know, plus is used to what? Plus is the operator used for addition, while of course minus is the operator used for subtraction, just as we have. But in Python, what is used for multiplication? Multiplication is what? Asterisk. Asterisk is used for what? Multiplication, while forward slash is used for what? Division. Then of course, forward slash is used for what? Floor division. Forward slash is called floor division. Floor division. What is floor division? Floor division is a kind of truncating division. What it does is to what? Eradicate float. There are some division that we, let's say, for example, let's say we have um let's say we have a equals 3, and of course say b equals what? Say b equals 2, and of course let me say divide divide both. Let's say divide equals what? Maybe you want to divide 3 by 2. Let's say 3 divided by 2. And we want to have integer. If you divide 3 by 2, by the time you print uh divide, sorry, let me remove this thing that is not, it's always, sorry. uh, the time we print say the time we print divide, the time we print this, we will have what? A float. We will have what? A float. You will see 1.5. And we want a situation whereby we don't want a float. So the best thing to do here is to introduce what? A floor division. So what will floor division do? It will truncate the float. You understand? It will truncate the flow. Instead of having 1.5, you now have what? 1. Because it will truncate uh, the numbers. It will cut off the numbers after the what? Decimal point. That's what floor division is. And of course, let's go back to what I was saying. So another one we have is we have that is that about truncating division. So we have double asterisk, and double asterisk is used for exponentiation, or having it's just like power. When we have power, it's a short form for power. Of course, there's a method that you can use for power, but we are using this. Maybe I may introduce the method later on, but this is what is commonly used. Now, let's say we want to uh, have, let's say we want to say a, let me give you the power equals what? Say a double asterisk b, and want to print divide. Let me say power. Want to print power. You know. So this double asterisk means what? Uh a raised to power what? B. Let's say this superscript. Let's print this. So it will give us what? 9. So we say 3 raised to power 2 equals what? 9. I think in the previous example, I didn't put the variable. I used the data itself. That's the mistake. Anyways, it will render it. It will return it successfully. Um, Without any error, because of course it recognizes both the variable and the data stored in the variable. So there's no, just in your own case, just change the variable. The one I use divide, you can just change the data to variable. It will still work. This I just noticed it. So another one we have is what? Modulo operator. Modulo operator. Uh, Modulo is represented with what? Percentage sign. So modulo operator. It is called modulo operator. Modulo operator. Then another one, I'm gonna be using that in example. So we have um we can see that in practical, and I think it will make a lot of sense when I use it in practice. So and then another one is unary minus, and of course unary plus. Those ones are not often used, but anyways, I will see how to use it in practical. So like I said before, we're gonna be trying out some mathematical arithmetics. You understand? Using Python, of course. It's just like your normal mathematics, normal basic level mathematics. Say you, like I've just done here, and if you want to do, say you want to add 3, just say add, or just give it any variable. You can name your variable anyhow. You can just say a plus b. You understand? It will give you them. Then print the variable out. You can say a minus b, print the variable out. It's just like you doing some basic arithmetics. So let's do something um much more professional. Let me say much more uh mathematical. You know, I don't want you to get confused at this point. So let's say you want to have you want to code out a program. Uh, that's a program that will print a area of triangle. First of all, what is the area of triangle? Of course, in any question, if you meet any questions that comes in this way, they of course give you the formula. So don't get scared. They will give you the formula. So let's say the area of triangle is what? Say one. Let's say area of triangle equals. We want to find a program that solves the area of triangle. A Python program that solves the what? area of triangle. Let's say area is equals to what? 1 over 2. Say half base times height. Half times base times what? Height. Let's say that is the area of triangle. You understand? Of course, before we can have the area of triangle, first of all, need to have what? The base and the height. So what's the base? Let's say the base is what? Let's give any value. Let's say 17. And of course, let's find our height to be what? Um, let's say 13. You understand? So area of triangle is what? Half base times what? Height. So the program to print the area of triangle, now we can now print our area of triangle. Say area. So area. So by printing area, we have what? 110.5. But let's try to use truncating division to truncate the what? Um to truncate the uh to truncate the what is it called? The um to truncate the float that is there. How do we use that? Well, if I ask you how would you truncate it? What would be your response? How would you be able to do that? Let's say, okay, let me even give you as assignment. I want you, it's giving out a float now. So the assignment is truncate this point five. Submit the assignment to your uh, team leader. You understand? So I'll get that assessed, and of course you get your feedback about on that. And of course, if you are confused now, what are we doing here? We are creating a program. Let me write out what we are doing so that we won't get confused as to what has this man done. So what we are doing here is we are um, we are making a program, making a program that what that expresses um, or that finds. I'm making a program that finds the area of what triangle. So the first thing is what? Find the let me come on a new line. The first thing to do is to what? The area of a triangle is what? Half base times height. You understand? So before you can find the area, of course, first of all, I have to find the value for base and of course the value for h, which is the height. Remember, I told you that in any question of such or any question like this, you'll be given the what? Data to work with. They won't just ask you to find the area of triangle offhand. They just need to know your code, how your code is working. They are not trying to tell you find the area of, you understand. So that is that. They will give you data to work with. And that is that. So don't get confused. So let's say another thing to work with is, I think, basically we should know from our basic mathematics how uh, simple arithmetic operations are done. Say 1 plus 1, any plus, division, multiplication, addition, that I've just explained. So that shouldn't cost us so much time, in trying to use all these things. Then another thing I want you to know is, okay, before that, let me solve another, say, okay, before I solve another this thing, I want to call your attention to something. Let's say we have something like this. Let's say we have uh let me comment everything out. Let me comment everything out. Let's say we have something like this. Um P Q R equals um, 10, 20, 30. Now what I'm doing here is I'm trying to show you that you can have you can assign um, you can assign um, variables, I mean datas to variable. You understand? You can assign variable, I mean this a variable to data on a single line. You understand? So here in this case, we are having three variables and assigned to what? Three datas. You understand? Three integers. Now, this variable P stands from what equals what 10. This variable Q equals 20. This variable R equals 30. So if you see a question like this, or if you see something like this, it means P equals 10, Q equals 20, R equals what? 30. So let's try to find the sum of all these things. Let's say we want to find let's find the sum of PQR. PQR. Let's say, or let's find the average. Let's find the average. Average equals to, let's say, AVG equals say uh okay, let me even do a simple, let's say, write a program that write a program write a program that solves the or that finds the median, that finds the what uh that finds the median of finds the median of what a given number, of given numbers, of a given set of numbers. So in this case, what we'll do is, instead of listing out the numbers in a variable or assigning a number to a variable one after the other, we can make use of a single line assignment. It is called single line assignment. Say P, and we can have P Q R equals 10, 20, 30, for example. This is called single line assignment. It is allowed in Python. And of course, you agree with me that to find the medium, sorry, to find the mean, let's find the mean, not the medium, let's find the mean of, I don't know, in your secondary school or in your O level statistics, you were taught mean, median, mode. Of course, mean is what the sum total of um all the values you are given divided by what the frequency. Frequency is the number of occurrence, or say the sum total of all the numbers divided by the what number of, like of course, the frequency. You understand? So calculate, say in this case now you have what, three numbers. You understand? So the sum of all these numbers divided by the what total numbers, not the frequency. Frequency means occurrence. You understand? So the sum of all this number divided by what, the total. What is the total of this number? Three. You understand? What is the sum? That is what we are going to be doing. Let's say AVG equals average. That is, you are looking for the average. If you are looking for the mean, it means you are looking for the average. Let's say P plus Q plus R, uh, let's say plus R. Let me put in a parenthesis so that to make a lot of sense, divided by, say, 3. You understand? So let's print the average. Let's print the average. By printing the average, we have something like this, 20 point what 0. So we can, this is what I'm asking you to do, or I was asking you to do. We can truncate, this by what, we can either truncate it by putting what, floor division 3. There are two ways to truncate the this thing, floor division 3, so that it won't show us a float, because this is a float regardless of this and this. 20.0, it means 20 in your mathematics, but in coding, in Python, it doesn't mean the same thing. This means float, and this is what, integer. They are not of the same data type. So is that you truncate it, or there's another way to do it. Let's say uh there's another way to do it, or You say you pull this, you call an int method against this. I don't know why this is doing this for. Why is it doing this? Let me see. Excuse me. Sorry. So you call an int method against it. You understand? So I'm not saying average equals what? Integer of all these things. So what I'm trying to say by calling int method against it, I'm saying convert whatever value you get here, convert it to what? Integer. Let's see. That is it. That's another method. Instead of using what? Truncating, you can as well use that. You can only use that if um, the value is decimated to zero. Let's say decimated to zero point 0. But if you have a case of 110.5, it will not, it will approximate it instead of what? Truncating it. But in this case, because I have 20.0, it what? Truncated it, or it removes the point 0 and converted it to what? Um, Converted it to integer. You understand? So that is that. That is that. So I hope you understand that. So in our next lesson, we're gonna be going deeper. I want you to. I don't want to rush this because it's getting more interesting. So I want you to have a basic understanding first and know what we are gonna be getting or growing into gradually. So have an understanding of this. If there's any question, please don't be shy, write in my comment section, or you send write to me. If you cannot write to your team leader, write to me privately in Discord. Of course, I will answer you. I will reply to you. I will send it. I will give you a response as to your questions. And I think you can also write to me on WhatsApp. You all have my WhatsApp details. You can also write to me on WhatsApp. Thank you very much uh, for attending this lecture, and God bless. Please do a do a practical revision on what we have thought, and of course the assignment I gave to you. Please do yourself good um by by submitting it. Thank you very much. I appreciate your attending this lecture. Thank you, and God bless you as you watch. Thank you.